feel like you're being kind of a dick tonight.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
We call that a cold opening. We are back live and in person for the second time.
Yep.
Attack of the Clones tonight. I'm Brian Carey, and this is Cannonballs, a comedy podcast where we discuss the plot of all the Star Wars media that Disney has deemed canon in chronological order, including books, comics, TV, and movies.
Yeah!
I am joined, as always, by my co-hosts and best friends, Aaron Laramie and Wesley Isaac.
Hey, try not to finish on camera, though, alright? Hey man, dude, don't even worry about it. I got one long drink. You got.
All right, we're back up. Mike's hot.
Oh man! I hope we.
How do you think that cold opening went?
Yeah.
How do you think that
I
went,
think
buddy?
it went good.
Oh god!
I'm surprised we made it this far with you today, buddy.
I know this is a midnight edition. Of
Yeah,
the
I
Cannonballs.
definitely.
Jesus!
I'm gonna tell you right now. I definitely did not pour a drink all over your couch.
You literally just.
No, that was not me.
Oh my God.
Who did this? Who did that? I was
Oh,
just sitting
I gotta remove the logo. We're a mess here.
Yeah, dude, you're in charge.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, alright, so, yeah, no, definitely on the couch right now. I don't know what this is, but it's a little wet. Like, I think Aaron peed on me because he was, like, excited like an animal. So he was like, oops, I peed all over Wes. And I'm like,
I murdered them like animals, Wes.
Oh,
I murdered them all.
Good job.
Not just the men, but the women and the children.
Hey.
We watched a movie. We watched a movie,
dude,
guys.
We watched a movie. I'm pretty sure I
You watched
saw.
15% of
I
that
may
movie.
have seen almost half of that.
I'm
film.
holding this still. Like, I took notes during the movie, but I
Yeah,
did
no,
not.
I may have seen.
Oh, I gotta boost our Twitch
Dude,
numbers.
I'm rubbing the couch still, like I'm trying to dry the couch. So, like, dude, I'm pretty sure I watched almost half that film. Steph fell asleep and snored on me during the film, and I was like,
Steph the intern on the ones and twos.
Dude, Steph's taking care of business over here on the other side of the mic.
Taking care of business.
Just like
So I've held off for I've held off. We're already at the 3-minute mark. I've been trying to say we're gonna be under an hour this episode.
fuck, I didn't pee this time. Though.
Oh no!
I went and ran down and got. Look what I got. I got beers and then I got this.
So quick timeline of today. We're supposed to meet up 6:30ish. Delayed a half hour. Not bad. We're a half hour behind.
We were doing good. I got drunk though. In that
Some man gave us shots. Told us they were 192 proof.
Can't be true.
Which mathematically
Cannot
just
be
makes
true.
0 sense.
I am not. Listen, I have drank a lot, and I will talk to the 3 followers we have. And 1 second, let me give you a little.
Look at the camera, Jim.
Let me give you a little Jim. 198% is almost 200 because math. And I am not 198% drunk. I am a regular West drunk, which means that I did not drink 198% shots.
Aaron and I are hoping for no more hiccup burps the rest of the night. But
that noise is haunting.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, but I feel good now.
We will cancel the podcast if a hiccup burp comes on during this.
I feel good now, boys. I'm ready to party. What are we talking about?
So we get delayed.
Episode 2?
We get delayed maybe another hour, right?
Yeah.
I go to cook you guys some food like a good host.
Where'd it go?
No propane on the grill.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yep.
No,
We start watching the movie. We get pizza. You guys are like, we cannot possibly eat and watch a movie at the same time.
Is that what I said?
Well, and again, I wouldn't have been able to eat nearly as many wings if I was not downstairs with the pizza.
I probably ate like
wings.
6 wings, which is wow.
So it's midnight. We've been drinking.
Wes was feeling like a spicy boy.
A spicy boy.
So it's midnight. We've been drinking all day. I did want to talk about us stealing the patented idea of the compass hat.
I thought you were talking about a playoff game tomorrow.
No, not at all.
Because like I gotta make sure like I'm ready to go and like 8 hours.
You got things on your mind, pal? Is that what
I
you're...
do. No, I got playoffs tomorrow, man, and I am not in shape. I've been drinking long drinks. Like, look how long these are. Oh, I almost just dumped it all in my mouth. If I jumped on my shoe, I would have walked out. I'd be like, that's it. You guys win.
So compass hat.
Compass hat. I love compass hat, dude.
Yeah.
Compass hat's a great idea. Honestly, compass hat might be better than
one-sided paper. I agree. So compass hat is
copyright. Yeah, you have to say copyright.
The brim of a hat always points north. Mm-hmm. You've got a baseball hat that no matter where you are, the brim is pointing north.
Now,
genius.
Do you think that sort of is antagonistic to the idea of a baseball hat, which is to keep your the sun out of your face?
Yes,
where it's
correct.
Moving around.
Because it's never actually blocking the sun.
Do you mean
because it's always north?
Because the sun sets
you mean contradictory to a baseball hat, contradictory to wearing a hat with a cap
of a baseball.
You're
hat.
let me put the cap down over my eyes. You can't
it
do that.
Spins around to the other side of your head.
You're all right, let me put this on. It just turns around.
Have you ever seen somebody at a baseball game and they're wearing a hat backwards and then they've got their hand over their eyes because they're trying to see what's on the field?
Real quick.
Spin that bad boy around.
3-0 count, bases loaded. Are you swinging away? Because if I'm Fernando Tatis, I'm fucking swinging away.
Is that a question?
Unwritten rule. Apparently, which I don't know a lot about.
You're not supposed
baseball,
to swing on a 3-0 no matter what it is.
If it's 3-0 and you have a chance for an RBI and it's a 6th inning or later and you're up by 5, you don't swing. But Fernando Tatis came up the other night and was 3-0, bases loaded, up by 8, and he hit a grand slam, and everybody was like, "We're mad at you."
Kind of a dick move.
Because you did what you're paid to do, and I was like. Dude, Fernando Tatis is trying to make a name for himself. What's he going to do, strike out on purpose so he can be like, we're San Diego Padres, we're average. I was like, hit a grand slam,
dude,
bro.
It's the MLB. There's no fucking mercy rule bullshit.
Yeah, dude, if
I'm hit the ball, it's a simple sport.
Dude, nobody told you to go down 3-0 in a count. Nobody said, hey, you can't pitch good. Just throw 3 bouncing balls in the dirt and then dude, you suck. I'm teeing off on your ass. 100% behind. And I feel like
that's the thing to do because the pitcher's trying to just get in the strike
zone. The whole point is it's 3-0. You're up by 8. You let him throw a strike. You just take the strike, and then the next pitch you're supposed to swing at. He swung at the first pitch.
This is why nobody likes baseball.
Dude, this is why nobody likes baseball. Baseball is bullshit. How the fuck?
I bet a fake fight started over that.
They hit the next batter, and
it
absolutely.
Did you see the game?
They threw a ball at a man's head.
Yeah,
because he swung at a ball.
The coach of their team got thrown out for throwing at the pitcher and throwing at the next hitter, and then the pitcher got thrown out.
They gave him 15 for excessive celebration.
Yeah, but absolutely. How the fuck,
What's funny is,
I just think
2014 World Cup, Germany fucking shits on Brazil, right? And, in their culture, it's considered disrespectful to, stop playing and not run up the score. It's more disrespectful to stop playing as hard as you can.
Give up. And just be whatever.
And I think, there's a difference between, high school sports or, Division III where, the quality of player can be massive. We went to a high school where 90% of our sports were garbage, and so
10% was
we were disproportionately shit on by
men's volleyball.
I was saying really good men's tennis team.
But there's mercy rules in high school because sometimes people can win 50-0 or whatever. But in professional sports,
I would rather
professional sports is different. They're all professional.
Well, I'd rather play and get my ass kicked. I just tip my cap.
I'm gonna throw a ball at your friend.
Yeah.
I'd rather tip my cap and let you kick the shit out of me than be like,
"Milady."
Yeah. I come up and it's dude, you're throwing fucking 60, and I saw you throwing 90 against the other dude. Fucking give me that shit. If you're that good, fucking blow me away. If you're that good, and regardless of what sport it is, if I come up to bat and we're down
regardless of what sport it is, if I come up to bat,
if I cricket,
yeah, you're not wrong.
Thank you.
I'm like,
it's time.
It's more of a paddle.
I'm like, it's time to paddle cricket, and the guy's 95. I'm like, that's fucking fast as shit. But dude,
do they throw faster in cricket? They got to. They have that big run up.
Do they? I'm not sure.
Honestly, what's the top cricket speed? I don't know.
Yeah. Next podcast, we'll have the
crickets
answer.
Are more about numbers than.
Yeah, because you can hear them. They're
yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. That's cricket noise.
That is, yeah. When
you guys like it? I did it for you guys.
Corday, we hardly knew ya, huh?
Yeah, I know, she just bit it, right off the bat.
I don't 100% remember it, but Jones. I remember her blowing up, and then I remember Steph falling asleep on me.
So we open up.
Love you.
Those were hours apart.
Padme's flying into Coruscant. There's an emergency vote going on. Do we ever find out what they're about to vote on?
Nope.
But she's got to be there.
They were voting on who is the best.
Kiss her.
Who has the best rat tail?
Just who is
Palpatine's
the
gonna kiss all the senators.
best? Anakin's like, that
He's
felt
got to
real nice.
Vaseline his lips up for this one.
Anakin's like, Padme really got a good kiss, but Chancellor Palpatine, his kiss was better.
Tune in for Aaron's spin-off, Kissing Balls, where he talks about putting Vaseline on his lips.
Who has the best Vaseline balls? You'll find out next week on Kissing Balls. Kissing.
So yeah, Padme's
balls.
flying
Yeah.
in. She's disguised as a separate pilot on a separate ship because people are
Great
still
job.
trying to kill her.
Oh, she does a great job.
Her new handmaid Corday, we just met her last week. I didn't give you guys her name
Just met
because
her
I
like a
knew
week ago.
she was gonna fucking die.
Did you know that she was gonna bite the fucking dust before we talked?
I knew someone would.
No, I mean we all knew somebody.
I
we
knew
know,
it
she's
wasn't-
like, and we've landed here on the planet, and she blows up immediately. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's instant
that's
explosion.
fucked up. Well, I asked you, I'm like, who's that? And you're like, I'm not sure. I'm Brian. And I'm like, yeah, but your voice doesn't normally sound like that, so I feel like you know. And you're like,
yeah.
What, do you
Yeah.
think it was actually me you were talking to?
Yeah.
Oh
Are you
my-
sure it wasn't somebody else?
oh my god. Yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was you, but that's cool. So, Cords broke.
Corday.
Cords
Cordell
is like,
Jones.
Cords is like, oh man, I'm Cordero Patterson, and I wish
I
could've
promised
turned-
under an hour. Literally the first 60 seconds.
Oh, okay. I won't talk at all.
Listen.
No, go ahead. I mean, if that's what you want, I'll say it quietly. You guys do the
Yeah.
podcast.
So Aaron.
accent.
No, you guys do the podcast, and at the end, I'll be like, "That's crazy," and that'll be it. Go ahead, dude. If that's what you want, I'll do it now.
Honestly,
If
that'd
you-
be such
if
a
you
meta
legitimately-
joke. It'd be hilarious.
If you
Something I
don't
won't.
interject at all during the podcast, I will be shocked.
Go ahead, boys. Podcast, go.
So Cordero
Corday dies. They're all sad. They're like, who's gonna kill Padme? Why? Who? Padme's like, I think it's Count Dooku. I'm like, you don't even know who that is. I read the book.
Yep.
So they're like, hey, we'll send Obi-Wan. You're just like, uh-huh.
yeah.
We'll send Obi-Wan and Anakin. They'll help.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know them?
I do.
So they just hang out. They try to watch her sleep.
She's like that. Sexy
Padme's
child.
like, Padme says, hey, Obi-Wan, how you doing? Who's that sexy child
Yeah.
behind you? Is that Anakin?
Is he grown up? That's too bad.
Wes, how do you feel about what Anakin says to Padme?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'll keep this going. We'll see if he can hold out.
Yeah.
You want to play this game with me?
Yeah, we're gonna play the game.
All right.
So yeah, Anakin's all creepy.
Yep.
Padme's like, oh, you've grown so much, and he's like, you too. I mean,
No, he's
more
like,
beautiful.
You haven't grown at all.
Oh yeah, she's like, you haven't grown a lot. Oh, and he's like, you've grown, but I mean, grown more beautiful.
Your body
But-
looks hot.
But there it is. He's
I like
back.
your ass.
He's
Great-
like, wow,
great
you really
ass.
grew. You really grew into your body. Fuck you guys.
So yeah, he's super awkward. They try to watch her sleep. She's like, no, I'm good. I'll let the centipedes kill me.
Again, not awkward.
Anakin's like, if you
Anakin's
sleep.
like, I can't fucking watch her sleep. God damn it.
Anakin's like, if you sleep with no clothes on, it'll be easier to identify what's trying to attack you. And she's like, I'm very confused. He's like, me too.
I won't confuse those centipedes for clothes.
He's like, I don't know. Is that clothing or are those crazy bug centipedes? Are they trying to kill you or like I don't know. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, shit.
But yeah, also like, yep.
So Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting about some nonsense,
Mhm.
and then he's like, "Oh, I sense it. I sense these sexy bug clothes coming off." So they run into the room and realize they're not clothes at all. They're actual bugs trying to kill her.
He's like, these aren't my clothes, they're bugs.
She's like, I've never worn these clothes before. And Anakin's like, I'm gonna decapitate them. 'Cause they try to
He
touch
comes in,
it.
he's like, vroom, vroom,
Yeah.
vroom.
I killed not just the bugs, but the eggs. And the
He's like,
queen.
they're trying to touch your skin like I'm trying to do. I mean, that's.
I mean, your skin's not sandy. That's nice.
Yeah, it
He's
gets
like,
everywhere or whatever.
My lady.
I like. Have you ever put sand all over your body? Like I'm sand. Fuck, I'm fucking it up.
So,
Classic Anakin.
Yeah. He's a smooth talker in this movie, man. I'm telling you.
Fuck, dude, the whole movie I watched it and I was like, fuck, those lines would work on anybody.
Dude, yeah, the dialogue is just snappy. It's good.
I looked over and I was like, thank God Steph's asleep because she'd leave me right now for Hayden Christensen.
So who put those bugs there? I don't know. Some droid out the window. Obi-Wan jumps through glass out the window to
He's
grab
like,
them.
look at that shit!
I like how the droid needed precise lasers to cut a hole in the
Yeah.
window, and Obi-Wan is like, don't need any of that shit, and swan dives through the window.
Obi-Wan's like, wait a minute, is that him? Time to fucking send it. And he sends himself.
On the 1,000th floor of the
Yo,
building
dude,
that
he
they're on.
sends himself out that window.
So they chase the droid. They find the droid with some lady. They chase the lady. They lose the lady. Obi-Wan's like, way to lose the lady. Anakin's like, might as well kill myself. Throws himself
he's
off,
like,
off the speeder.
Feeling sad.
But he was just fucking with Obi-Wan. He knew the lady was underneath them.
I've been there.
He did make Obi-Wan.
Have you ever known the ladies underneath you? Or is it just... are you just like on top and you're like, oh fuck, is that the lady?
Is that a lady?
Right, so
they follow the lady into a nightclub.
yeah, I've been there.
Dude, Obi-Wan
You
makes
can
that
give me
sweet
trouble,
catch.
bro.
Obi-Wan just fucking palms that lightsaber like nobody's business.
Oh yeah, that was a
Snatches it out of the
great
air.
catch. Anakin loses his lightsaber while chasing the lady.
Yeah, he Odell Beckham.
What's her name? Zam. Zam is the lady's name.
Yeah, it's a lot like
promised we were
Sam,
gonna
but
remember.
worse.
Zam Bam Wazam.
Yeah,
Zamantha.
Zam Bam Bigelow. And
Is that Owen Wilson?
no, it's Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, okay.
It's not Olin Wilson joke.
Hey, intern Steph.
Hey, Andrew said I could use one more of these long drinks too.
So they're chasing Zam,
you.
right?
I love you.
They finally catch Zam. Did you tell her intern you love her?
Gross.
Yes.
No, those are right there.
Those, fucking son of a bitch. I was like, no, those are on the floor. Fucking interns, huh? What are you gonna do?
You can't get good help these days.
I don't want that. I'm not drinking that shit.
I don't want that.
I'll take one of these though.
Zam.
So they're trying to interrogate Zam. They've caught her, and she gets killed by some
Poison dart?
Poison dart right in the neck.
And she gets,
She calls them a slimo.
wow,
she gets reverse
poison
Benjamin
dart.
Buttoned and grows
She calls
old
him a
super
slimo?
fast.
She calls them a slimo.
Dude.
Which means jerk off.
Yeah,
Which means
fucking
fuck face.
penis
Yeah,
head.
you're a total dick face.
Yo, you're a fucking penis head. Dude, it's like if I got shot in the neck and you guys were like, Wes, where is it? I'd be like, you guys are fucking penis head.
You guys are assholes.
And then I just, no, penis
And then
head.
my
So they
Or whatever.
chase
Yeah.
down. They jump out the window for a
they
droid.
chase
Chase
down
down this
Benjamin
woman,
Button.
and they're like, "Man on jetpack, nothing we could do about that."
Yeah,
I agree, like, how the fuck, why did he just kill them? How the fuck does he get a drop on them where he's like, "Who?" And then like, she's like, I'll tell you who it is. It's, and I'm like,
it's.
I'm like, dude, obviously that's fucking Django Fett. Like, look at his face, man. Like,
no one will know me as he flies away.
yeah, he's like,
very
it's me,
specific.
Django Fett. I hate slavery and I love Christopher Waltz. Bye. And I'm like,
Like,
you're Django Fett. And he's like,
is this
no.
the same universe?
Dude, I'm like, is this in the same universe? And the next thing you know, it's like 3 hours long. You know, they just put Nightcrawler back on Netflix.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
I like Nightcrawler.
I'm sorry. Fuck you guys. I'm not supposed to talk at all, so I'm just gonna stay here. Yeah, my mistake.
So-
Go ahead. Hit me with
So
Nightcrawler.
we get two separate storylines going on now. We get Obi-Wan trying to investigate who killed Zam,
Yeah, Bing
who's
Bang
trying to
Go
kill
Slimo.
Padme.
And
We
Bing
get
Bang Go
Anakin
Slimo.
getting enabled to be a fucking creep and watch Padme on her home planet of Naboo.
Dude, they're like, hey, so wait a minute, you're a Jedi, right? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, you have the hots for this chick that's like 10 years older than you. He's like, yeah. They're like, we're gonna have you just like observe her. For,
I'm gonna
like,
have you
10
surveil
years.
her from
With
a
no
distance.
danger.
Yo, you know,
Yeah.
you know what? Hey, have you ever been to just like the nice part of the countryside? He's like, no. They're like, yo, So, like,
we know
it's like,
this cute little B&B.
they're like, hey,
You're gonna have to share a bed.
Anakin,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anakin, do you like
We're gonna put you two up together.
Do you like picnics? He's like, I love picnics. They're like,
What about tall grass?
you're gonna love tall grass and picnics with this chick for fucking the whole week. And he's like, yeah, but like I'm not supposed to have like sex. They're like, no, don't worry about that. We're just gonna make you like you like tall grass and picnics. He's like, I guess. And they're like, yeah, let's sit down. And then he's out there and
We're like, he's perfect.
yeah, and then he's like, this is cute. And she's like, let's run around. He's like, oh my god, like tall grass and picnic, that's some crazy shit. And the whole time he does that whole shit like that. That's pretty much the entire film. It's him being out there like,
Well, we'll end it here, as we always say again.
he's like, I've had a couple long drinks, and we're just out here having a picnic. And they're like, yeah, but you can't do anything. Just be like cool. And he's like, be cool. I'm gonna go kill all the people that stole my mom. I'm gonna kill them real good. I'm gonna be real murdery. And they're like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about the murdery shit. Like, just hang out with this chick. You can't do anything though because you're part of the Jedi Order. And he's like, but long drinks. He's like, but long drinks, they're really, like, they're good.
Are you Anakin now?
I'm not sure. Wes is doing.
I thought Steph would have my long drink by now. So
how's that make you feel?
She might have went home, to be honest. She's taking a look, and she was like,
"Get out of here!
Fuck you guys!" and just left us here. So, but she left her phone, so that's either bad or good.
So let's go through most of Anakin and Padme, and then we'll get to the quasi-interesting part.
Wes covered
he kind of did. There's a couple parts I want to point out. So I get to the planet. They're what did I say about slamming cans next to the microphone like 10 minutes ago?
Slam as loud as I can.
Slam the can.
Is that what you wanted?
That's what I wanted. So
Brian,
they get to Naboo.
This way. Go ahead.
They're meeting with Queen Ralada, Governor Bibble. They're like, oh shit, is she in danger? What do you think, Jedi? And Padme just totally emasculates him. She's like, oh, no, he's not a fucking Jedi. Don't ask him. He's just a Padawan.
That is pretty rough. Like, that scene does seem unnecessary.
Yeah, I definitely slept through that scene, but it seemed brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal. So yeah, they get weird with picnics and flirty. They kiss. They shouldn't have. You want to talk about pears at all? Let's just talk about pears.
No, honestly, I just like in all seriousness.
Like, hey,
in all seriousness, right?
You. I want to feed.
No, like I get the pear shit and like my drinks. I get all the sharing.
The sharing.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
What you got there? Is that water? You know, fish fucking.
I think he does.
Cracking ass open. No, I don't drink this stuff. Fish fucking it. Thanks so.
Cracking ass open.
I don't do that. Cracking ass open. No, I'm honestly. Oh, listen.
You hiccup burp once.
I do it once, and everybody thinks I'm a fucking drunk piece of shit.
Long pause.
Yeah, you can long pause all you want, but fuck you, boys.
Dude, the pears.
No, that's the biggest issue I have with the entire film is that they were
pears.
No, the biggest issue I have with the whole film is that they decide like Anakin is fit to make sure that she's okay. Like he is unstable as fuck, and you obviously know
he's a Padawan learner, and they're like, "Can you guard a senator that's in no danger?"
No, the job itself is fine, but if I'm in charge of it, right? Like, I'm Master Yoda. And you're like the guy that I'm gonna send, and I'm like, such much love I have, Brian, in Padme. I would not send you out there. It's not like a test. I'm not trying to be a dick the whole time. I'm like, Brian is kind of into this chick. I'm gonna put him somewhere else so like he doesn't have to worry about it. Like I don't want him to get fucked up. Like he's learning.
Yeah.
If you're like a legit, well established Jedi, I'm like sure, but it's like.
I think a problem is the Jedi don't fire anyone. So once they're a Jedi, they're
no, absolutely.
You cannot fire them.
No, absolutely. But if I'm like,
Jedi Union is strong.
If I'm like, where am I gonna send Brian? I'm like, I can send him this place where there's fucked up shit going on, like he has some emotional attachment to, or this other place where he's like okay and he can just move on. I'd be like, make it easy for him. The poor guy's got shit going on. Just I'll send somebody else there and like. But I feel like Yoda's like, emotional attachment you have. Send you out here, I will. Maybe you'll do good. Maybe you'll be fucked up. Who knows? And he shows up fucked up, and they're like, fucked up you are. And he's like, no fucking shit. You didn't make things easy for me. You know, like, that's the issue I have with it. That's the major issue I have with it. Is that literally they send him out there knowing that he has these fucked up emotional issues.
I'll say he literally
we're good. We're 25 minutes. We're making great time, boys.
His mom, I'll say he dealt with some bullshit and then is tossed like.
But dude,
even
his mom, if you know that this guy is like literally flooded with midichlorians, I'd be like, maybe
flooded with midichlorians.
Dude, maybe take care of him.
He is leaking midichlorians out of every orifice.
You know who's leaking midichlorians? Mike Trout. And you know what they did? They just paid him. They paid Mike Trout. They weren't like dicking around with him. They paid Mike Trout. Mookie Betts flooded with midichlorians, and LA fucking paid him. Same difference.
400 mil.
Same difference. If you're that guy and you're like the face of the franchise, you pay that guy and make sure he's like content. Is Mike Trout ever going to win a championship with LA? Probably not. But you pay him like 400 fucking million. It's okay. Mookie Betts. Is Mookie Betts going to stay with the Sox? Probably not. But are you going to pay Mookie Betts 13 years, fucking $300 million? Okay. You pay Anakin the same amount.
Right. So Anakin's having nightmares.
I'm happy we took time to flesh that out.
No, dude, you just pay Anakin.
Expound.
If you're gonna pay fucking Machado $300 million to be a shitty ass third baseman, you pay Anakin to be like a decent outfielder, and he's like the face of your franchise.
So are you saying if they paid Anakin, he'd be less creepy?
They didn't pay him.
All right.
They didn't pay him. They signed Anakin. They signed Anakin for like 15 years, like 15, 18 mil a season. What?
They're lowballing.
Just dude, they lowballed Anakin. They just brought him on like that, dude. You bring Anakin on right now. You bring this dude on.
What was that about making good time, Brian?
I shouldn't have told him.
No, bro. You bring Anakin on like fucking 25 mil a season for like 15 years.
That's a long
You think the
contract.
council has that kind of money?
That's a Mookie Betts contract. You think the Jedi don't have that deal? The Jedi have that deal lined up. The Jedi are paying fucking Altuve that deal right now.
Let's not forget they didn't even want him.
But you know what he brings to the table. You know that he's like he's
full of midichlorians.
Dude, his war is like
seeping out of him.
9 or better. His war is like 9 or better. He's gonna hit for like 300. Like, dude, you know what you're getting with Anakin. You bring him on, and
he's not just gonna hit for 300, but he's also gonna hit the women and the children.
All right, speaking of which,
I love you, bro. No, hey, that was really good. He's not gonna just hit the men, the women and the children. And dude, the boy's gonna hit like fucking 300 plus. If you want to bring that kind of guy on, and my baseball,
the women and the children,
you guys are dicks. But my baseball comparison holds weight. Fuck you.
I'm just timing. I'm looking at the clock to time your odd baseball contract comparison. I needed to check how long this is running.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 more minutes.
2 more minutes.
All right. You're running on 4 minutes right now.
Give me 2 minutes of this shit, because people will get it. Probably not.
No. So you're gonna listen back and be like, what the fuck is I talking about?
You know Wes doesn't listen back.
Wes doesn't listen back. You've already killed 30 seconds. But
you're sorry.
30 seconds.
That guy.
Take control of the podcast.
Thank you. That guy, you bring him on. That dude is a fucking Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, that like big name player. So you bring him on, and you bring Anakin Skywalker into that fucking shit. You can't give him. You're trying to give him like you're trying to lowball him. You're like, oh, you know, you'll play a little bit here and there. Mookie Betts deal, man. Like fucking.
So Anakin, because he's not paid enough.
13 years. He's underpaid.
Is he a utility guy?
No, fuck not.
Is he a utility guy?
You're
no?
a douche. You're a douchebag.
You
know he's not a utility guy. You're not a utility guy.
Yeah.
If you want to bring Anakin on.
You're instigating that.
I am a little bit. So I have to ask. There's a bit of.
Are you guys not getting it? Are you guys not getting it?
I know you guys are getting it.
I totally get it.
Yeah, but any sport, like you get it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, Mookie Betts contract.
Everyone here gets it. We get it so much.
Are you dicking
we
me,
might as well. move on.
I'm so full of understanding.
To Anakin's dreams.
I feel like you guys,
wet dreams.
I feel like you guys are dicking me with it, but like,
Because
it's straight, man.
he's telling Padme.
No, dude, I'm just
Hey.
telling you, man. That's what it is. That's really what it is. If you just give Anakin the contract he wants, he will be cool and be a Jedi. That's all I'm saying. Which already sounds ridiculous. But if you do, all you had to do was
No one asked. No one asked what we have to do.
all you had to do was just be like, he's like, I love my mom. Just bring his mom. Like, teams have brought people's family into the bubble. Just bring his mom into the bubble, and you're okay. That's all he wanted was just like,
That's fair.
he's like, I'm a Jedi. I'm sad I miss my family. And they're like, all right, so we brought your mom on board. Your mom's going to play for Orlando.
They're
Just
like,
come
no
to Orlando."
attachment.
And they're like,
That's all
hey,
he wants.
other Jedi complain, and they're just like, once you have that amount of midichlorians seeping out of your body,
The
you can bring your mom.
The boy is, dude, listen, when you're fucking playing that level, go ahead. Bring him in. Go ahead. You know what? When you're fucking like top #1 LeBron James pick, fuck you.
When
don't
you're
look
just
at it.
bursting at the seams.
Dude, he's LeBron James. He's a LeBron James of fucking midichlorian Jedi, man.
So would you say
comes
he's
out-
like LeBron James?
I would say he was LeBron James. Fuck you
Or
guys.
like a
Go
Mike
ahead.
Trout or Mookie Betts?
He's like a Mookie Betts.
We spent 7 minutes of you trying to tell us they should pay Anakin more.
So I want
Because he's Mike Trout.
I'm gonna drop a bomb on you. I don't think the Jedi's make almost any money.
What? I'm just saying, dude. If you're gonna sign somebody, you gotta have the cap space.
Because you
I
gotta understand.
You gotta have the cap space to pay
I'm
Anakin.
not even mad at you. I'm yelling at Aaron.
You know who I am. All I want to say is that if you want to,
All you have to do.
I want to say in one sentence. If Anakin's a free agent,
Let's see it.
one sentence.
I've only got one.
I've only got one sentence. If Anakin's a free agent, you have to have ample room to sign him. That's it.
End of story.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all I have to say. If you're gonna bring Anakin in as a free agent, sign that boy.
So wet dreams.
So Anakin's having wet dreams about Padme.
Fuck you.
You got your one.
And he's telling Padme about them. And then one time he has one about a regular dream about his mom.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
So he's like, hey Padme, I had a dream about my mom. I'm gonna go save her. Sorry, you're staying here alone. Padme's like, I like freeing slaves. I'm coming with you.
Sounds dope.
Which we now know about, which is cool. Because we never knew.
She's
totally- It was-
before.
It was odd before.
Turns out
Well,
she's
we never
anti-slavery.
knew Padme's intentions before. We also
It was
thought,
like, Anakin's been kind of creepy. Why are you following along?
Dude, not even that. We also before thought that she was #1, the queen. But
She was
isn't.
number one.
And we also thought #1, she was #1. And we also thought that she wasn't like in the Senate to be like somebody who frees slaves. I was like, she's just the random queen of Naboo who's like, I like
Chancellor
to make
Amidala.
things cool. So like I didn't know, but now that we know that like, her intentions are, she's like, I love to free slaves, and I'm not really queen. I'm just kind of hanging out freeing slaves, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is cool, man. Like honestly, that was a big takeaway from like this episode, from all the shit that we've read up until now, is that we now know like her intentions and how she is. Rather than
Padme
like,
background.
well, before we had no background. I was like, her only job,
We didn't even know she was a senator.
But her only job before was like, Anakin's creepy. She just has to be like the catalyst for that. And I was like, that seems strange, but like we kind of have some sort of background, which is nice.
Yeah, she's a character,
That's
not
it,
like
that's
the
it.
means to it.
Yeah, and the whole point before was like, Anakin's like, and I have feelings for you, and she's like, I guess that's cool.
Like, I'm just so angry about
And
Obi-Wan.
Padme's like, how big's your contract?
Yeah, the 300 mil.
So they
How much
go
of a child are you?
back to
300
Tatooine.
Are you 300 million credit child?
They fly off to Tatooine, meet your boy Watto. And he doesn't recognize him at first, and he's like, oh, Annie! Annie! What are you here for?
Timestamp.
What do you need?
What can I help?
Annie! Is it like a hyperdrive? 'Cause
What,
I'm the only
what can I
place.
help you with?
The only place you'll find it with the entire galactic solar system is the hyperdrive.
What about a
hyperdrive,
chance
Because
cube?
like, you have a chance cube?
So he asks
I
him,
like it.
"Where's my mom?"
Yeah, do you have my mom?
I sold her. And he
Herm?
freed her.
I sold her.
I sold her.
Herm.
So yeah, Watto sold Herm. He seems to be like living on the streets now. He doesn't really seem to have his own shop.
He
Living
seems to
on the
look
street.
worse than he does in the first episode.
He
which
was
is bad.
never able to financially recover, you could say, from that pod race.
Steph likes it.
All right.
Perfect. Yeah, he wasn't. He never.
So he's like, "Yeah, let me get my records. I'll tell you where your mom Shmi is." So they go out. They meet Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru. Uncle Owen's like, "I guess I'm your stepbrother." Ha!
I won't be very important except for right now.
I
And then
do.
the
I
rest
do
of the
love his
entire
Elmer
time.
Fudd laugh that he
I'll
does.
be like, I'm like Mr. Rabbit, and that's the whole entire part. Yep, I remember that one.
There's
Like how
that
you
long
lean
scene of
into
them
the
flipping the
microphone.
sign from duck season to rabbit season over and over again.
It's not rabbit season. It's
It's
duck
Tuscan season.
Yeah.
It's Tuscan sand people season. And I'm like, well, that's racist.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I thought
remember
that was a little on
What,
the
do we
nose.
remember the stepdad's name? It was something weird. Craig?
Frog,
Krang?
Krang.
Oh, it was
Like what was his
Kerg?
no, it was
I'll let you think of it. So he's talking to his stepdad,
no, I know it.
and he's like, "Where's my mom?" He's like, "Oh, they're stolen by Tuscan Raiders. She's dead. Deal with it." He's
been
like,
like
"No,
a
I'm gonna
month.
go get her."
You know,
Yeah, it's been a month.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I have an issue with that kind of thing where it's, dude, fuck you, man. Do you want me to? Do you
No,
want
no, that was just a regular check. That was
you
just a
brought me
regular
on
check.
board. You brought me on
That
board.
was just a regular check on the time.
I don't have to say anything.
Casual check.
Do you want to bring me on board so I can
It's
sit
a
and be
regular
quiet?
check on the time. Can we please be professional, Wes, and continue
Dude, you brought me on for this kind of thing.
I
and-
just think we should be more conscious of the time. Now continue.
All right, yeah, no, I'm sorry, viewers. We'll just have this discussion later. Cause do you want me to like bring my own thing?
It's
to
not
this?
your job to keep track of the time. It's my job.
There's no time, bro. We're doing this.
This is the
It's
last.
fucking 1 in the morning.
You're not posting it tonight.
No, but all right. We're skipping whatever you have to say.
Fair, that's fair. It wasn't anything important. I just.
So he goes to hunt down the Tuscan Raiders. He finds his mom Shmi. She's tied up or something. What? No, we're not gonna get into it. We're not gonna ask what were the Tuscan Raiders doing with Shmi for that.
What were
whole
their
month.
intentions?
She was tied up, and that's all.
She was tied up, and that's good enough for us.
How are Tuscan Raiders so much in power? Was my question before. Or you were a
What do you mean?
sassy little.
I was.
You were a sassy little boy
No
over
comment.
here.
I look at the clock and I'm the
You looked
sassy
over
one.
at the clock and you're like, I'm Anakin and I'm sassy and like my mom's missing and I'm like, your mom's fine. It's okay. You've talked to her. How are the Tuscan Raiders in so much control over like that part? Like we're hanging out. Right?
I think
and
they
Tuscan
just
Raiders
don't-
show up and they just take Brian. I'm like, well, Steph,
Nothing
Tuscan
we can
Raiders-
do.
I'm like, Tuscan Raiders took Brian. And Steph's like, well, Brian's fucked.
I
I'm
think
like,
the Tuscan
all right,
Raiders
friends.
just don't bother the people with any power to do anything.
Yeah, that's
Sure,
very
but
true.
like you don't
They just pick off the poor people, the
But you know,
poor
you have-
moisture farmers like
I
Uncle Owen and
100%
Aunt
agree.
Beru.
Tuscan Raiders, and Anakin's farmer mom, who's the
Like,
slave
who are they
at
going to
the
go
time.
to? Jabba the Hutt?
No, absolutely, but like, I feel like
Yeah.
at that point you have a way to stop. Like, if you have the money to buy slaves, you have a way to stop people from stealing your slaves, right? Like,
You got a blaster
You would
like
hope.
in a drawer somewhere.
dude, if I come out and I'm like, oh, I'm buying Aaron as a slave, and somebody else like just punches me in the face and takes Aaron, I'm like, well, I guess that sucks. I spent all my money on this guy. Like, dude, like I would have a way to defend. Like, if I have the money to afford slaves,
I don't think she was like taken in the night. I think they were off doing something and were ambushed.
yeah, dude. But like, how can you not? Like, but like you said, your only defense is like, well, she was taken by Tuscan Raiders a month ago and she's dead, so that's it. Like,
They sent 30 men.
I know, dude. 24 people died. 26
Yeah,
people.
they sent 30 men and only 6 came back.
what are those people made out of? Fucking Swiss cheese? Like,
That was a huge
They were
Tuscan Raider
after.
camp.
Yeah, it was actually.
yeah. Anakin killed them all.
Anyway,
single-handedly.
Anakin kills them all because his mom dies in his arms. She's like, Anakin, you're very handsome. I'm complete now. I am dead.
Yeah, I love the trope of her just like Yeah, and she's like, "You're finally here. Now I can die."
I didn't like. I honestly like. I would like to see a thing. And listen, we can. You know,
Like,
we'll
give her
do
a
it
little
at the end
more
of this
of
at the end of
a,
this
you know.
podcast where you guys want to play like that late night shit because I know that you're trying to get this over with. But
Fuck off.
I have thoughts too, but I guess they're not important. So.
you talk for 8 minutes about why they should pay Anakin more.
Yo, the boy is hitting like 350. The boy's hitting like 350, and his on base percentage like 400.
Anakin comes back, brings the body of his mom, and is like, "Yeah, she dead."
Is it odd that he takes his mom's body all the way?
Honestly,
is that weird?
Dude, no. If I showed up right,
I guess you
and
don't
even
leave
if
the
it was
body,
you guys, right? Like if I was like, I come back home and they go, "Hey, Aaron's been taking this Tusken Raider camp." I would show up, and if you were like gonna die in my arms, I'd murder everybody too because I don't give a fuck. But I would 100% not be like, let
They're
me
a
go
bunch
back.
Of goddamn animals.
Well, not even that. I wouldn't be like, let me go back and get Aaron's body. I would just murder the fuck out of all those people and be like, yeah, I killed them all. Like, I wouldn't come back and be like, oh,
be like, I brought Aaron too.
Oh, this is my dead buddy. Like, I'd be like, yo, bro, you okay? You'd be like, you'd be like, Wes, you've gotten so handsome. I'd be like, well, that's a weird thing to say. And you'd be like, but listen. I've been out here for so long, I'm gonna die. I'd be like, bro, but look how handsome I am. You'd be like,
you don't feel better because of how handsome you are?
It's like, I'm complete, man.
I'd be like, my buddy, look, let's take a look.
Yeah, take a look at this mug.
Dude, look, I'm handsome. You'd be like, I'd be like,
Mom, my rat tail. Do you see?
I'd be like, it's time to murder.
Check this out.
And I'd come out and I would murder them all and be like, yeah, I went there. My buddy Aaron was dead. That was pretty much it. I wouldn't be like, let me bring back his corpse. Yeah, I was like, dude, it'd be like your funeral. It'd be like, Aaron was a good boy. He graduated and he was smart. And I'd be like, Aaron was one of my best friends and he died in my arms and he said I looked real fucking sweet. And that's pretty like, and that entire colony's wiped out because of how sweet he said I looked. And if you guys ever do anything,
so awesome.
And if you guys ever do anything like that, you're gonna get the fuck wiped out too. So you better fucking be cool.
Yeah, you leave one survivor.
You better tell me I look handsome.
Yeah, how do I look? Is it fucking handsome? Because I'm fucking murdering.
Did I become so handsome?
No, bro.
Tell me how much taller I am than the last time you saw me.
Honestly, it's wild to me that he went out there. His mom dies in his arms. He kills. He just blindlessly rage murders everybody. And then he shows back up with her body like. It's sad.
She
She's
didn't
dead,
make
dude,
it.
Like,
found mom.
No, bro, dude. Like he's
he
just
genocides.
Dude, at that point, he literally says he kills the women and children. So he's like literally like just a wild murderer.
Yep.
Yeah,
Padme definitely gives him a look there and is like,
yeah, dude, that scene itself. He's like, not just the women, the children. And I'm like,
oh, he's
but he shows back up with her body. Like he's like slices them all down, kills everybody, and then he's like. All right, let's bring her
he's
home.
like, but I'm in mourning.
Nah, bro. Like,
hey, we all grieve in our own ways.
Yeah.
No, that's some fucked up
some
shit,
people
man.
cry. Some people
R2-D2 grieves by bringing him a message from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That was a good transition.
You know who's a piece of shit?
We're sponsored by.
I think that was great hosting.
I thought we were doing like a serious podcast, not like we're just gonna pretend that we're not.
What the fuck?
I have no idea.
So, what was Obi-Wan Kenobi up to? Well, he had to figure out where that dart came from, so he went to his famous 50s Coruscant diner with the robot from Brooklyn.
That's so weird.
It was like, hey, Rex, we got another fucking Jedi in here.
Look at this guy.
What would that diner be called, though?
I think it's just called Dex's.
No, but what would it be called if it was like your favorite 50s Coruscant diner? What would you call it? Like if you owned it, what would you call
it? On the spot, Brian.
What would you call it, bro? Dude, you own a diner that is literally like that diner. Like it's that your job is
Kooky
like
Kenobi's? I feel like that's not a good diner name. It's like a
be,
weird dive bar.
You don't really know. You don't really know. Obi-Wan Kenobi is still relevant, so like it doesn't make any sense to call it Kooky Kenobi's. Like he's still like around, and he hasn't really made a name for himself yet. Yeah. So it's like before.
Well, he's only around because I paid him a big contract.
He's around, but like he's around because he still does like Jedi business in your diner, and he's not like that guy yet. Like he's not like Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's not like wow, that's fucking. I was gonna say Mark Messier, but I feel like a lot of our followers don't like hockey, so.
Right, stop making.
Wayne Gretzky. It wouldn't be Gretzky's Diner. It would be like when
Gretzky,
Gretzky.
hockey
When,
reference.
yeah. When Gretzky's still playing, what do you call that diner?
Gretzky's.
Why can't you call it Gretzky's while he's still playing?
He's not a big of a deal yet. He's okay. Like he looks good for like 2 seasons, but
I don't
like
know
calling-
a ton
it's like
about
calling-
hockey, but I feel like you're undervaluing Gretzky's career.
Gretzky's first 2 years were very good, but
He's
they weren't.
trash.
But you don't know, dude. Like Fernando Tatis.
Maybe he
we
gets
talked
into the
about.
diner business.
No, but like, dude, like, couple.
So you're Wayne Gretzky, right?
Yep, and
I come to you and I'm like, I want to put your name on my diner. All right, are you gonna say, sorry, I had some pretty good years, but I'm only a rookie. I haven't really established myself yet. My name can't go in the diner.
Me myself.
But-
No, if I'm Wayne Gretzky, I sell
Maybe-
out. But I don't know, dude.
Maybe
I
if
don't
you're
know.
Wayne Gretzky, you're
Michael
like, hey,
Jordan. Michael Jordan's first 2 seasons. Do you think that Michael Jordan's first 2 seasons he marketed himself as the best?
Did he get like the
basketball
Nike
player?
deal like partway through his
Yeah, he might have.
rookie
Yeah,
year?
he might
Yeah,
have.
he did super early on.
Yeah, it might have been.
The, but maybe instead of getting the whole diner name, maybe he's like Gretzky. Like, hey, put something on the menu, call it a hot Gretzky.
Sure. That's fine. You have a hot,
You call it hot Gretzky.
yeah, you guys sell the hot Gretzky. Well, what's the diner's name?
So Dex and Obi-Wan Kenobi sit down. They say, get us 2 hot Gretzkys.
Yeah.
He hands him the dart, and he goes, "Oh, I know exactly where this specific poison dart is
that
from,
guy
and
over
it's this
there."
planet no one's ever heard of. You should go here."
I feel like there's a
They
lot
like
of,
to clone people.
Well, dude, I feel like there's just a lot of loose ends in the universe. Like, if you're gonna poison somebody, why don't you just get like a universally known poison, or like, you could have just blown her up.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
why
a
get-
very specific
why get a
poison that's
poison?
only
Yeah,
from
that's
one
only-
place.
Yeah, I
Dude,
agree.
I feel like that's the issue that I have with the entire like universe and
Star
canon
Wars
and shit that we
universe.
discussed. And this is like a legitimate issue that I have, other than like my Mike Trout pay him more money issue.
I'm not
is
sure what
that-
you're referring to.
Is that dude,
the instigator?
Right, you were instigating him. Drop
the negotiator. No, dude, the issue I have with that shit is that it just always seems like it's so precise and like you could hire anybody to kill anybody at this point. Like especially with the shit that we just watched.
Well, he
Like,
tried. They couldn't get the job done.
I would have done it for fucking way cheaper.
You gotta get
What's
They-
your
they-
price?
they-
How
they-
many
they-
Republic
they-
credits?
They'd be like, "Yo, Wes, you're a drunken slob. Meet Padme in the 3rd floor of like the casino. You'll be fine. Like she's
Why
gonna
is she
come
at a
down.
casino?
Well, she's gonna come
She's
down
not
there.
old
She's gonna
enough.
get to her car, so she's gonna come all the way down. You just hit the button at the right
How do you know
time.
she's in the right? She's already done the car switch.
You come down to the right
You're
time.
no better than Zam.
her.
She basically did that.
That's what I'm saying, and you have to pay me so much less. I don't have my own poison. I'm just like some murderous dude. I'm like,
Dude,
yo,
you
bro,
can hide
sorry,
her.
dude. And I just pop her like, dude, that's way cheaper than paying this chick who has a poison from fucking a million planets away.
Mm.
You're like, yo, Wes. I'm like, what's up? They're like, dude, you got long drink. I go, I love long drink. They go, dude, 3rd floor of the casino, like 8 o'clock at night. Hop into this elevator,
Just murder.
and there's gonna be like a chick in there, and she looks kind of important. Kill her and kill the guy that looks with her that looks like a little whiny bitch. I'm like, is his name Anakin? They're like, yeah, how'd you know? I go, yeah, I know.
he prefers Annie.
I go, kill both of them. I'd be like, yo, fucking, like, worst case, we're gonna take care of your family. I'd be like, that's straight. If I get killed, I'm in a lot of gambling debt. I'm a nightmare because obviously I'm a murderous nightmare person. So like,
Yeah, you're a hitman.
I'm a hitman. So I think things have gotten bad. So
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
not,
yeah,
that's not your first.
yeah.
choice.
I'm not like, yeah. Hitman was my first job. I'm like, yeah. Listen, I
It's
got
my
a family at
second
home. I'm like, you guys take care of
I
my
worked
shit.
at this 50s diner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing
I
you
got
know,
a hot
I was
Gretzky.
like, I was like,
served up a lot of hot Gretzky's
one
in my
guy,
day.
one guy said, "Let me get a hot Gretzky." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, I
this
quit.
is-" I had to quit. But dude, like, I
I
feel
was like, he hasn't established his career
Yeah, I
enough
know.
to have a sandwich named
I'm
after
very
him.
confused. But no, man, I feel like that job is so easy. Like, it's really hard to fuck up to that, like that extent. You know, like if you came up to me and said, "Dude, murder these 2 people, and we're gonna give you a lot of money," I'd be like,
They don't give a fuck about Anakin, by the way.
"No, but if he's there, like, gotta do what you gotta do. You know, like, he's just collateral damage."
Kind of is.
So
I just
he
feel like
heads
the whole thing is
to
an issue.
Camino.
Sure.
Is like, hey,
The
is
casino.
see any bounty hunters here? And they're like, yeah, this guy we've cloned 1 billion times.
Yeah,
By
what
the
do
way,
you
your
need?
order's in, Mr. Jedi.
He's like,
what order?
He's like, that's probably not fucked up. You know what we should do? Let's use them for a war. They probably won't turn. Yeah. You know what it is?
Is that his idea?
It wasn't his idea, but he came back and was like, listen, guys, like...
There's some legit clones. Nothing odd here.
Yeah.
Was that Yoda's idea? Yoda uses them, right? It wasn't Yoda's idea.
Yoda was like, I'm gonna go get them clones.
But Yoda was like, yo, we got some clones, let's fucking roll with them. Like,
I don't know if it was Yoda's idea, but he's like, I don't hate it.
But it wasn't his idea, but like, he's like, they're like, Yoda, here's his clone army. He's like, can't be anything bad here.
Yeah.
Yoda.
Looks
and
good
he just
signs
signs the papers. Yoda. And just fucking sends it, and he's like, yo, let's go. And I'm like,
Autobots, roll out.
I'm like, dude, did you just sign off? Like, even if you sign off on it, like, that's pretty fucked up. You know, like,
Yeah.
I can't come to you. I could
what
never.
Are the ethics of, like...
Dude, if I came to you and I was like, Aaron, get this whole big army.
You got a bunch of Brian clones.
You'd be like, dude, I'm not
just sign the dotted line.
you'd be like,
don't
yo,
read the contract. What am I signing?
Dude, even if it's the contract, you would be like, dude, I'm not doing that because it's so fucked up.
I'm gonna
like,
read this.
Dude, like any sort of clones or any sort of shit like that, there's always like
I feel like they're prepaid.
Well, they were asking for it. They were literally like they were asking for those people to fucking
what they
turn
were
on
wearing?
them. Yeah, dude. Have you ever seen what the fucking Jedi wear?
They were asking.
Fuck you guys. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah,
all right.
That's important. That's in poor taste.
You're the one that said it.
So Obi-Wan meets the guy they're cloning, Jango Fett, who
Christoph Waltz, the whole gang.
kind of has been part of the Padme assassination attempt.
Sure.
He has a little fight with Jango, chases him, follows him to Geonosis. Right? And he basically says, hey, I tracked the bounty hunter. There's a whole bunch of droids here. All the separatist planets are meeting. And by the way, it was Newt Gunray trying to kill Padme.
Shit.
And as he's sending this message, he's getting attacked. And cue Anakin and Padme. Look, that's how I would have cut the movie, not some weird back and forth, George Lucas.
Yeah.
Well, Anakin and Padme attack on them.
Yes. So.
And then you open up the third one with the same way they open it, where it's like they're attacking that ship. And it's like the separatist ship, but it's... Like, Count Dooku's a pretty cool dude. Like, he's just trying to chill.
Grievous is there, too.
On 3 or 2?
3.
3 it's just Count Dooku. 3 is just Count Dooku.
We'll find out in February.
3 is just Count Dooku. The Grievous is trying to amass that droid army on whatever planet that Obi-Wan shows up and fucks him up on. But the beginning,
I feel like I remember Dooku smashing through a window and flying out into space.
That was Obi-Wan.
No, bro, that's you're thinking of like 7 where fucking
Lieutenant Bastian, please write in.
Yeah, no,
so
you're thinking of later in the series, but yeah, no, 3 is good for that shit.
Wait, are you saying Grievous later in the series?
No, you're not thinking of Grievous. Grievous is not smashed right. And no, Grievous. There is one point where he comes through a window and he Grievous claws onto. But that's 3. That's the opening of 3. Well, you said that. What do you think? Then, all right, go ahead. But he's still fighting Obi-Wan.
This is what we were talking about.
Well, he's just fighting Obi-Wan. It's somebody else. You made it seem like he was fighting somebody else. I said that, my line.
You should listen to the podcast back sometimes.
Line.
Steph line.
Line.
Grievous is not fighting anybody except it's him versus Obi-Wan, and he comes out that fucking windshield, and he comes out.
Agreed.
Are you sure, or are you feeling?
Agreed. So, Obi-Wan's on the planet.
You brought us on board to do the podcast and discuss Star Wars, and then you're like, oh, they're discussing Star Wars. Don't drink your drink like a little bitch. You're like, oh man, they're talking about Star Wars.
Extended pause.
Dude, I'm drunk as shit. I'm just trying to talk Star Wars, bro.
I got you, bud.
You're talking about the third
So
movie.
let's talk about the episode we're talking about.
Go ahead.
Where Obi-Wan's attacked by the Geonosians, taken captive.
Absolutely.
sends his message off to Anakin.
Yes.
Anakin's like, let's go save... Actually, no, Padme says, let's go save
Padme's
Obi-Wan.
she's like, you're not going to leave Obi-Wan alone. He's your master. And Anakin's like, I'll do what I have to do, Jedi order.
Padme's like the one character without a British accent.
Padme's like, listen, hey, you ain't gonna leave you. Oi! Oi! That's your boy, Oi! And he's like, yeah, it's my boy, Oi, but like, I'm not gonna leave him alone, yeah? And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? That's fair.
Like her accent's so
Yeah,
realistic.
but like, dude, I got you. Yeah. I remember that part where we're like, he's like,
a fucking roller coaster.
yeah, he's like, take a look at, he's like, take a look at me. I'm Obi-Wan, and things are bad, and I need some help. And Anakin's like, that seems fucked up. And Padme's like, you're not gonna go save your boy. Your mission was to protect me, yeah. Not like stay with me on this area. I'm gonna fly away, and you're gonna have to fucking follow me, mate. And he's like, yeah.
So they go to Geonosis after that inspiring speech by Padme.
Boy.
Well, they relay the message to Coruscant first, and then they fly away. They get captured too. They're tied up. They're in a huge coliseum.
Yeah,
we got the
Brian
your
hates
favorite part of the movie.
the best part of the movie.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
The best part of the movie. So there's a crab person attacking Obi-Wan. There's a rhino attacking Anakin.
Who cares about those?
Oh, there's some tiger.
Mantis.
No, it's a tiger.
Is it the tiger?
It's a tiger.
It's the tiger.
All right. Well, you like
It's,
it more.
yeah, I do.
I guess I lose.
The rat
It's
tiger.
the tiger who's
The
going
rat
after
tiger with
Padme.
its claws.
Padme climbs her pole she's tied to.
I already like it.
Tiger jumps up and claws her. She lets out an audible, ah!
What's his middle name?
As one would say.
Which turned on every small child from here.
Yep,
to
8-year-old Brian was just like, I don't know what tigers are like.
I like getting scratched.
But this Padme. Anyway, so they beat.
So once your boner subsides,
Once my boner subsided,
Everybody stand up and do some
yeah.
stretches.
After you stretch your boner out, then what happens?
so they beat their animals, right?
Everybody kills their animals. What is it? What is
They
it?
murder their animals.
They do murder their animals.
They beat their animals. Some droids get sent in because they're mad about the animals being beaten. Jedi show up.
This is the battle. This is probably the biggest battle in terms of like
All Star
Jedi
Wars.
lives lost.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
you what's the other?
there's one coming.
Full.
What are you talking?
We won't spoil it.
Yeah.
No, we can talk
It
about
won't be a
it.
secret.
No, we're not gonna spoil
Are
it.
you talking about episode 3?
No.
Nobody's talking about episode 3, not here.
We haven't once yet.
So the
Order
Jedi
66.
were there the whole
Order
time.
66 is not a battle.
Spoiler.
That's not a battle. That's just a fucking murder fucking show.
That's a murder
This
show.
battle here, they kill off a bunch. Disgusting.
Yeah, they're overrun by the droids.
Dude, they get their ass kicked. This battle's
Dooku's
huge.
like surrender or die.
This battle, dude. Honestly, I feel like this is a huge like turning point in the like Sith versus Jedi like sort of shit that you come up with. Like watching, even if you're not a big fan of any Star Wars shit, like if you know anything about everything that's come out, and you're like kind of paying attention to like the minor battles of it. Like if you watch the actual episodes, this is huge compared to everything else. Like this is like the biggest battle that
They
you've seen.
took off a
Like
lot.
if you watch like
The most Jedi they've
well,
needed.
yeah, dude,
in
absolutely.
Forever.
But if you watch this,
And they'll
you
die.
watch like Dooku versus Anakin and Obi-Wan. Then you watch like the second time where Dooku gets killed, and you watch like
Spoiler.
spoilers. I'm sorry, everybody that has never seen that.
Rewind
But,
the
like-
episode.
But no,
and don't
like
listen
if
to
you
it.
watch that, and then you watch like the shit later on when Darth Vader fucking is like, he's like.
Is like Luke's father.
He's like, I'm Emperor Palpatine. You're mean, and throws him down.
And
Like,
then
but
in
if you watch-
Citizen Kane,
and then
Rosebud's
he's
the
like,
sled.
Rosebud, yeah, and it's the sled.
It was his childhood. That's what he cared about. Was his childhood.
No, but like for real, guys. Like if you watch,
The sled's a metaphor, Wes.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
It's a globe, Wes. He breaks it. It's his sled.
He never had a childhood because he was too filthy fucking rich.
It was Padme in
Do
the
not-
white,
do
skimpy,
not drink anything
skin
cucumber
tone.
That's why he ran that newspaper
Yeah.
like a tyrant.
Yep.
Not even that.
Yellow journalism and such.
I love journalism. But
So
for real.
That's the
a whole
official
bunch of
podcast.
Jedi lose their lives.
Dude, a bunch
but
of but this is the biggest battle of the entire Star Wars universe.
It is a big
In
deal.
my
Well,
opinion,
it's
in my
crazy
opinion.
when you think about the context of
In
like.
terms of how many Jedi literally die and you end up like
yeah,
if you're like, let's equal out the Force, this is the battle that literally puts it like on a scale.
they lose a lot.
Before
of
that,
lives.
it's like we're all Jedi, everything's good, and they literally lose like 100+ Jedi in this
Well,
fucking battle.
and if
dude.
Qui-Gon
It's
and
huge.
Obi-Wan's fight with Darth Maul was like one of the first, or the first lightsaber battle in like
Saber
X
on
amount
saber.
of years.
Yeah,
the saber
saber
on
on
saber.
saber.
But think
Sure.
about like when the last time
crossing
these
swords.
Jedi had to fight like in this big battle that they're going against all these droids.
No, not even that, dude. You literally they all land there, and you go, "Oh, it's time for Jedi to fucking kill everybody."
Yeah,
and
they're just gonna whoop some
and
ass.
they start fucking firing off, and you see so many fucking Jedi get murdered immediately. Like they're like, "Oh, like, dude, obviously those Jedi are not like up to
The
par."
homie just
like,
gets
it's
shot
like,
by fucking.
it's
Django
like
right in the
maybe
chest.
we should. Yeah, dude, that guy comes up and he's like, haha.
He's like, pew!
And
Just fucking one shots him,
Django just one shots him like 3 times,
and
bro.
he just spins that shit like Clint Eastwood.
And I'm
just
like,
puts it
and
back
he's
in
like,
his thing, and I'm
Brrrah,
Yeah.
bow, and I'm like,
Duke
wow.
was like, cool.
Yeah, Duke was
Good
like,
timing.
hey, good shooting, bro. But like, dude, like, there's so many Jedi that get killed in that battle, which were like you said, because I've not paid attention to anything that is like canon or anything before that. Well, you came up with the whole thing where you discussed it with us, where you were like,
Yeah.
there's been like no like lightsaber on lightsaber battles, but something like that, and even that we talked about, like they're like, well, Jedi can't die because we're just like kids who don't know any better, and like
Yeah.
We're like, no.
Qui-Gon's like, I wish
Like,
it
well,
was.
what if we just
Qui-Gon's
shoot
like,
a whole bunch
yeah.
of lasers at
Yeah,
you?
Qui-Gon's like, I wish it was true, but like shit like that, where you don't, if you actually pay attention to like the actual canon of it before this actual battle, you think like, yeah, you know, like we haven't seen a lot of Jedi get killed. This is the biggest battle of the entire series because so many Jedi get killed, just like showing up, like Yoda's like, just help them out, and they're like, yeah, look at all this, and they're all dead because they all get fucking lit up, dude. But it's just crazy to think.
So
that
what you were
it's-
saying, Yoda shows up.
Yeah. All right.
Did you want to add more?
He gets so sad.
I really wish I had another actual drink other than this weird cucumber drink.
Oh, those are gross. So, they're surrounded by droids.
Oh, Steph just looked at me
Dooku
and
says,
bring me
surrender or
on, so-
die. Yoda shows up with some clones.
Yep.
Huge fucking battle starts. It starts to shift. Clones are kind of
I know,
winning.
Yoda comes in hot and like blasting
Yeah.
lasers and shit, and they're
Yeah.
taking out
Yeah.
droids like pretty quick.
You know what happens is that they're like, ring the bell. He's like,
They're like, look at
he's
the
like,
horizon.
no. They like ring the bell, and he
Wait, on the
goes,
third day.
where was Gondor when the Westfold fell? And he's like, nowhere, dude. Gondor didn't show up. And he's like, where the fuck was Gondor? And he's like, you know what? My son Faramir. And then Faramir shows up at the gate, and he's like, oh, this boy's been shot like a couple hours. He's
Yeah,
pretty
guys,
fucked
this
up.
shit's not going
Like,
good.
This dude's not looking good. They got Nazguls. and
No,
shit.
he's
Like,
dead.
they're like, dude, you see those Nazguls? Those are fucked up. And they're like, he's like,
Burn him.
my son, burn him, and
My boy.
you know, my boy, my son,
He's
burn
dead.
him,
Burn him.
burn him. And then, you know, next thing you know, he's like, he's alive. Don't kill him. He's alive. And he's like, you know,
No, burn him.
fucking Mary.
He
He's
pulls
dead.
the Anakin and just fucking kills himself. Jumps off the edge
He
there.
jumps off
So
the
I guess
horse.
I can't do anything right.
No, bro, you can't do anything right. Which is the same idea, is that they're like just ready to give up, and next thing you know, it's like Gondor shows
Yoda's
up.
coming in hot.
Yo, dude, Aragon shows up,
Okay,
and he's
all
like,
right.
"I brought my entire
Aragon and
Can
his
we do a little
dragon.
cross? Can we do like a little?
No,
cross?
I was wondering where, because you got a little distracted by Faramir
I'll
for
never,
a second.
I will never get distracted.
I was
that
like,
much.
is he gonna get back?
He's gonna go through all order. of
They
the
show up and they go, "Oh, dude,"
They're like Minas Tirith.
which is also kind of, but they're like, "Oh, dude, the boats are here to save us," and all the ghosts.
That'll
people
be in
come off.
cock rings. Or
Yeah, no,
spin
dude,
up.
we can do some cock ring shit, but like.
I think we leave it there.
the ghost people show up and they come off the boat, and I'm like, Aragon, you didn't have to, like, they're
Why
ghosts.
did they take
I'm
the
like,
boat?
they're
They're
ghost
ghosts.
people. They didn't have to take the boat. Like, you could have just been like, hey,
Let's
how
walk.
about all those people don't die trying to save everybody else, and you just, like, keep them, like, dude, if I'm fighting in that fucking battle and I'm like, dude, I'm absolutely gonna die, and it's like, yo, send Wes out front lines, I'm like, yo, I fucking guess, man. But Aragon shows up like 20 minutes later with a bunch of ghost people, I'd be like, dude, just show up like you got ghost people, bro. Like,
Could have not died.
like, dude, I didn't have to die for this shit. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, dude, why are you such a douche? Like
you had ghost people?
dude, you had ghost people the whole time. Dude,
Well-
he went to the fucking place. He was like, fight with me, and your oaths will be
Well, I
fulfilled.
feel
And
like
the
it was
ghost people
like,
the
what
ghost,
say you?
yeah, and the ghost people are like, well, that happens, and the ghost people are like, that's
They
cool.
were like, he.
Yeah, dude, the
And they
guy
just-
comes out of the
they're
mountain.
like,
The guy comes out of the mountain.
rattling chains.
Well, dude, the guy comes out of the mountain and he's like, yo, that's cool. I'll come hang out with you guys and we'll do ghost people fight. And I'm like, that's cool, man. Like this dude.
I hope I could do some fun cuts with Wes sitting on your lap when he tries to talk to me.
He's like,
Dude, every time, literally.
he's like, yo,
You fucking asshole.
he's like, yo, ghost people. He's like, ghost people, what are we doing? And then, dude, at the end of the night, you're like, bro, dude, you don't have to get me killed because you're just lazy. And you're like, they're ghost people. Like, do you really have to bring them on the boat? Because at the end of the episode, like, it's like this episode 2 or whatever, they're like, open up the fucking gates, and the guy's like, the fucking sea people are here to fight with us, and it opens up and it's ghost people. I'd be like, dude, just bring the ghost people earlier. They're ghost people. Just send them ahead. I'd be like, yo, ghost people, go. Just go fucking take care of business. Like, I'd be like, yo, don't get any of my friends killed. Just go, ghost people. But they're like, keep them on the boat till the last minute
like Danny
for
Phantom.
laughs. They're like, dude, the whole episode. They're like, for funnies. Let's just, like, they'll open up the ships and they'll be like, where's all the guys that are gonna fight with us? And it's ghost people. I'd be like,
We'll tear Lord of the Rings apart eventually.
oh, dude, I'm 100%.
But
ready
for
to
now, they
destroy
are
Lord of the Rings.
chasing fucking Count
Horse on Aaron's
Dooku.
lap. You ready?
Get the fuck out of here.
Love you, buddy.
They are chasing Count Dooku
I don't like that either.
while he's riding. What's those old people scooters called? Are they gators?
Carls? What are they curled?
What are they curled?
What are they curled? What's your favorite curled scooter?
It's very moped-esque. Like,
Yeah,
just
he's
got
like
this-
riding some moped. They're chasing
He's
out
like,
this giant.
Do you like these? These are horrifying. Yeah, they taste like old fucking cucumbers.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, what's up?
So they're chasing Count
Yeah, I'm
Dooku.
still drinking these and these.
I know, buddy.
I need
buddy.
I need a long drink.
I know,
Give
buddy.
me that snort juice.
So they get to Count
Oh.
Dooku. They're trying to fight him. Anakin rushes in like an idiot. He gets force
Obi-Wan
lightnings.
literally says, "Yo, bro, calm the fuck down." Anakin's like, "I'm gonna take him now."
It's like,
And-
don't
and-
tell me to be
and-
calm. That
and
makes
dude,
me angry.
And literally, Obi-Wan spends the whole time like, "Bro, chill out. We'll fucking beat his ass. This dude is an old dude with a crooked ass lightsaber that has literally no fucking Viagra.
That's right.
Just let's
He's got a
fucking take
limp
this-
ass dick lightsaber.
This dude has limp dick lightsaber. Let's just take him down." And Anakin's like, it's time right now. And I'm like,
Nope. He's like Force Lightning.
So Anakin gets
you know,
force
you know,
lightning.
you know what's crazy is how many battles the Jedi would have won if they weren't just impatient pieces of shit. You know, like,
I feel like you've seen maybe a couple actually do a real fight.
dude, you beat Darth Maul without getting anybody killed if you can hold back a little,
little
bit
more planning.
and just wait for Obi-Wan to
agree.
catch up.
I
Like,
agree.
you don't have to fight Darth Maul one-on-one. Come back, just relax, and you go, okay, I got Obi-Wan, here I am, and there's Darth Maul, and the little shield comes up, you go, okay, one-on-one, let's go. Like whatever. Like,
Here I go.
it doesn't have to be like, it's just, I'm Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan's like, some shields up here. Dude, like, obviously, the dude's a piece of shit, he's got double lightsaber, he's obviously not. Like, anybody, well, dude, anybody who fights like that is clearly a dick. Like, dude,
Yeah.
if I was like a Sith guy,
It's like, I don't have one gun. I've got two guns.
no, what a piece of shit, right? Like, dude, how do you have You literally have like a lightsaber that comes out of both ends.
He's basically like that asshole in a giant truck with the smokestacks.
You're a piece of shit. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. You literally have cheated the entire way. Like congratulations, you made your way to the championship game. You're a fucking cheating asshole. Obviously an asshole piece of shit. Don't fight him fairly. Like, are they banging on trash cans? Do they have our sign? That's a Houston Astros joke for all you guys that.
All right, hide your feelings. Okay.
Fuck you.
Hide your wife.
Same difference, man. Like, you douche. But like, no, man. Like, dude, like, how are you gonna just hop on? Like, what? There's so many battles that we've seen that are like one-on-one with Jedi, where you're like, what are you? Even the shit that you read.
They could definitely
even the shit that you read that could be like that could make more
for
sense.
Being guys who are
when
supposed
they just
to be very,
they just seem like they're just so full of themselves. They're like, I'm gonna fight you one-on-one, and I'm like, aren't you guys supposed to be like more humble?
A team.
Like you're like humble Jedi people, and instead that you're like everything that we've read up until now, like shit that you've read to us. I'm like, but wait, like he fights the rock monster by himself, and you're like,
and they're supposed to like,
and I'm like,
meditate and think things out.
They're supposed to be like smart about shit, and instead they're like, it's okay, I'm gonna fight him, and I'm like,
Obi-Wan was a little smarter, so you're. I mean, Anakin started that. Conversation.
I don't blame Anakin for anything because Anakin is underpaid. He's an underpaid guy.
That's a good take.
I want to start a subreddit, Wes criticizing Wes. But I don't blame Anakin for anything.
I don't blame Anakin.
But Wes, that guy's got some good points.
Anakin's underpaid, dude. Like, but Anakin doesn't know any better because he's literally been taught his entire
Obi-Wan's
time.
ready for this Force lightning, right?
But up until now,
he's ready.
Can we just say that up until now, Anakin has literally been told like so many contradictory things where he's like,
well, mostly because they let him play around with Palpatine.
Well, they let him be like he's like the hero, but he's not really the hero, and
play around with Padme.
But
I think telling Anakin he's the chosen one was a big.
That was a huge mistake.
Dude, telling kids like that they're amazing and awesome.
You're like, Mike Trout, you're the best in the world, and he's like, I'm gonna strike out a bunch and be very average on the Angels. And they're like, are you gonna pay me a lot? And I'm like,
yeah. So Obi-Wan handles that Force lightning.
Absolutely. Obi-Wan takes care of that.
But
if Anakin is more humble, he's 100% with him on that. Like if it's me and you, I'd be like, yo, bro, don't run into him. He's gonna fuck us up. And you'd be like, all right,
he's
cool.
Gonna have some
and me and you would be there, and he'd be like, Force lightning. I'd be like, yo, Brian, look out, block that shit. And I'd be like, ha, that guy's a douche. Let's fucking kick his ass.
Look at his limp dick.
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, look at that guy with his fucking little lightningy hand. We can block this shit all day, bro. Hey, listen, you block it, I'm gonna run at him, and if he tries to shoot me, I'm gonna block it. Then you run at him. And we just keep. I'm like, dude, we just keep moving in, and then, bro, me and you, dude, like, all right, ready, all right, bzz, block. Fuck you, bitch. Like, that's how we play that shit. But Anakin's like, I'm the best in the world. I'm gonna fucking kick his ass. And you're like, no, dude, calm down. Yeah, absolutely. Right, Steph?
Obi-Wan gets cut a little bit and is about to get killed. And Anakin swoops into the rescue, fights with 2 lightsabers, loses the second one very quickly, gets his arm cut off, and it seems to be over.
You know what it is? It's you look at it and you go, Anakin is the top pick in the draft, and he comes out and he does not look good. Like you put him in the majors too fast. You have to build him up. You put him major league.
But I think it's hard to measure. It's not like they're playing Jedi games every week. You know?
I would know. Me and you, if we ran a team together, if we all 3 ran a team together, would look at him and be like, all right. We put him up against
He's
Dooku.
got the midichlorians.
No, bro, dude, if it was us 3, right, and we ran a team and we're like, we're in charge of the Massachusetts Jedi Council team, and he comes up and he gets his arm chopped off of me, I'd be like, yeah, ready. Like, dude, to demote him, we need to fucking let him work his shit. Like, dude, you know who's really good? Markel Fultz. In like 5 years. You need to let him work his shit through and let him, like,
well, you're putting too much pressure on him to start.
No, well, dude, you can't. You brought that guy up. You put him in the majors. And
to the MJCT, come on.
Dude, like, you put him in the majors, and he's giving up a couple of runs a game, and he's nervous, and, like, you know, I got it. It's okay. He's a big fuck. He's going to be a big deal.
So Yoda comes in, right?
Yoda says, listen here, Markel
And he
Anakin.
says, Markel, whoever you're talking
Markel
about, you
Anakin.
can't use your force powers to throw shit at me. He stops it. There's a little battle with Dooku, or Markel, whoever. Markel
Fultz.
Dooku.
Markel Fultz right
Count
here.
Fultz.
Markel Dooku.
Dooku. Markel Dooku.
Yep, so
Yeah.
Dooku's like, I'm probably not winning this. I'm going to try
He's not
to
winning
crush Anakin and Obi-Wan.
That's your way out.
Anakin's laying there, dying with his arm cut off. Obi-Wan has a couple cuts.
Yeah.
Can't help Yoda. Dooku escapes. And that's kind of the end of the movie.
Absolutely.
Yoda's like, oh shit, the Clone Wars are beginning, which we're going to start reviewing the animated series
I like it.
shortly.
Look at you. I like it.
But
Yeah.
not before another Superlatives episode.
That we're filming tonight back to back.
Oh,
Woo!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit. Here comes the
Yeah, that's why I was trying to rush us through, because we're doing the Superlatives tonight, right, Steph?
Steph hates us.
So, next week, we're going to do another Superlatives episode. Oh, by the way, did we like Clone Wars any better knowing more about it?
I did. Honestly, I liked it a
Did
little
you
bit better.
actually?
I think
My issue was I feel like they missed a lot of shit they could have. But again,
Who missed it?
Whoever was in charge of writing it missed a lot of shit because, like,
So the movie missed it.
yeah.
I
So
should have
alright.
said what missed it.
Yeah, no, pal. Like we watched the first one, right? And we knew about some shit, and we watched the first one. We're like, yeah, that's interesting. This one, I feel like there's a lot more shit we could have discussed, and that's why, as a person who's been drinking a lot tonight, I should never interrupt you guys for anything important. But I felt like most of my interruptions were like things that like kind of held weight.
Yeah, like baseball contracts. I love how easy it is to piss
he's
less
so
off when
upset.
he's drunk.
He's so upset. So, one thing that this movie, like, it pisses me
Splash.
off. This movie pisses
Lucky
me off
brother.
because for as long as it is, like, I feel like not a ton of stuff happens.
No.
Like,
Not enough in what we know. I feel like
there's
I feel
so
like,
many long, like,
well, pal,
long
after after we did all this shit with or Brian reads all the canon shit,
Yeah.
I feel like there was so many more opportunities to go further into something, and they don't do that.
It's
And
so,
that was
yeah.
my argument before. Other than the let's just pass over all Wes's crazy drunk shit.
It's like the
But like, but I
biggest-
just well, I feel like there's so many things that we've discussed like in the last few weeks that you could have gone further into that we've missed. You know, like now that we know it.
yeah, it's like wide as a lake, deep as a puddle kind of shit. Where it's like
Yeah.
they kind of do like a bunch of things, and there's things happening, but none of it is really like significant. And things
Absolutely.
that are they maybe
No.
should go into more depth about that they don't. And
No,
like,
there was
it's
stuff. There
weird,
was stuff that
like-
we've discussed even in the fucking bullshit canon shit that we've talked about that they could have.
Oh, we forgot Sith counter. For some reason, Jar Jar had power to
Yeah,
give
wha-
the Chancellor emergency power.
No, I know about that.
That's the biggest one. Everyone knows about that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So we're
but
just gonna gloss
that's
over
that's Padme leaves and puts him in charge when she's gone. But
Yeah.
I want to discuss that my ideology of it was that she was in like really bad danger, so they were like
Your
"You-
ideology of it?
Yes.
I was gonna let that one slide.
No, we're going into that.
Thank you for letting that slide. My ideology of that, which is I believe which is the correct statement, is
Killing it.
which will definitely slip by a few people and the jokes that we're gonna make now, is that she was given that power to obviously like put anybody else in charge, but she was in like imperative danger, and she was like, "Oh, Jar Jar, you take over." Which also that's definitely a Sith point because like, why the
He's
fuck
like,
you leave? Why you
why
fuck
is
you
he in
leave him?
charge?
Me
Well,
in
dude, my
charge.
Is
argument,
that
my
two separate points? So
my
getting
argument-
put in charge
my
and
argument-
then doing the emergency power thing?
yeah, my argument the whole
Do you
time
think
has
he
been like,
manipulated Padme to put
Maybe.
him in
Yes.
charge?
Definitely.
Okay, so then that would be a separate point. I would argue if there's some.
my
nefarious
argument the whole
manipulation.
time was like she was like, I have to leave to be safe, and like in charge, Jar Jar Binks, you're in charge.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the fuck,
You're
like qualified.
There you go, nailed
in
it.
charge.
Almost got your
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah, and I was like, how the fuck out of everybody that you pick, like you just take a look around and you go, this is my entire cabinet.
Yeah.
You're qualified.
100
You're
years of
qualified.
experience combined.
You're qualified, and you're Jar Jar Binks. You're the guy You're the guy, Jar Jar Binks. You're in charge. And, like, how the fuck is that the answer?
There's something
you know?
about your spunk. I like it.
Yeah, I don't want Jar Jar Binks' spine. You know what? Sometimes at work, I'm like, Misa Spake. And I say that all the time at work, and nobody knows.
So we're going to start wrapping this up. YouTube comments.
Like, comment.
Donkey
subscribe.
Flap says,
Oh,
I'm just doing my own thing. Call me Jimmy Phallus, BB.
Jimmy Phallus.
Yes,
And then
That's
he
a
also
James
says,
Corden
Wes,
joke.
could you read the second comment for me?
yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
No, he just said, yeah, we're not misquoting you, Donkey Flap.
He wants to know.
That's Wes's Little John impression. Just let it be.
Yeah, no, me and James do Little John at work all the time. It's
So
the
we
only time that I can
watched
smile at work.
Attack of the Clones live on Twitch. We may do a post show where I tell
Can't
my
be good,
my
so
esteemed co-host how bad I've had to pee for the last half hour.
Yo, did you want to pee all over the place? I'm totally
we may
down.
tune in next week. We did it on Saturday. Remember to download and delete. Don't listen to this.
Don't listen to this.
We don't actually
It's
want
terrible.
any statistical evidence.
I've been
as to
drinking
whether or not
cucumber
people
lime
listen to
drink,
the
I feel
show.
like-
So
for
if
an
you're out there in these quarantine times making new friends, take their phone. Say, hey, you're a good friend. Let me give you my number.
Hey, you got a phone.
listen,
Go on
hey.
to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Give their phone back.
Hey, you friend. Give me your number, friend.
Give me that phone.
Listen! You friend, like that. Just like do that. Just like scream about it. Like be like, dude, there's been times I've been out and I'm like, listen, you friends! And I say, listen, friends.
Hey,
Like,
you guys turn up the volume.
yeah,
if you're
honestly,
listening to
this
this
is
in
the point. And I
headphones,
say,
Sorry for the low.
Hey!
Wow,
Hey!
you actually hit the red on that one.
Did I
I'm
really?
impressed. I thought I fixed our audio
yeah,
issues.
That's my fault. Hey, you friends! Is that better? I'm just trying to like scream about
So
shit.
next week we're gonna
Trying
do
to get,
another
like,
superlative
followers.
episode.
Alright, that's fair.
I actually think we're gonna do a week off, but I'm gonna edit together a little season 2 highlight reel.
If we do next week off, I'm going to be.
Anyone have a sign off today?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
pee.
I think Wes does.
I do not, dude.
Well,
Brian,
Wes,
Brian,
you've been talking.
So-
you don't have a sign.
Brian,
off.
Brian, if you have
my
one,
s-
I'll set you. I'll set you. You want to fucking hit it to me? I'll set you.
I want to hear you set me.
And as did you want me to set you right now?
Yep.
All right. And as we always say on Cannonball's podcast, Brian.